Morning, guys. It's Saturday morning. I got a lot of things to get done this morning, especially with this old Brooder coop thing going on here. So there's some minor things. One of the most important things is make sure nothing gets in from the top or the bottom. I think I got that pretty much covered at the bottom. The top, yeah, needs some help up there, but that's what I got to work on. I gotta get this, at least get the coop closed in. That way I can get the big birds out of the house. The brooder, if I get them done, then I get the little birds out of the house. But the little birds are almost big birds now, but the big birds are almost full grown. That's an exaggeration, guys. It's pretty much an exaggeration. But today I hope to show the coop with the birds in it. Like I said, I got some trimming up at the top, and overnight I've thought about this end wall right here, and I'm not that sure if I had the best idea when I talked about it yesterday, because quite frankly, I don't know if I actually need a full height door there. Um, I guess it wouldn't be so bad. It'd be the easiest way to fix it. Um, Full width ain't no issue, but I'm not so sure about the full height. I do need to put in a fan and set that up. So I'll probably spend most of my time trying to get that accomplished. The fan's like 20 inches, so that's not too bad. But anyway, that's what I got going on. So let me show you some stuff I know off the bat that I need to fix. Alright, so along the top, you really can't see it because of the lighting and the cheapness of the camera. Along the top, there's a gap. There's going to be another gap up there closer to the roof, which on the sides ain't going to be so bad because my ventilation idea is to go from the end down there, the low end, to the high end. Heat rises, high end. Coop at the high end. So I'm drawing air off the high end, which that's logical. So I think that'll be okay. There will be a gap up here that I need to work with, but it's got that wave that's in the coordinated, so that's gonna be an issue. I told the missus I might just take me a dang hot wire and run me a hot wire right around it, so that any critters that want to go in, climb over the top, they can get charged up to go in. So I might do that. I don't know. Like I said, I've got a little bit of material, but I'm going to be using most of it on this wall right here. I've got a couple pieces of this leftover signboard, and I think I'll try to figure out a way to install it behind the main part of the roosting bars. It's long enough to go all the way from the bottom of the window down, but I don't know. Maybe just hang it as a curtain, because this is just there's nothing to really screw it to. But anything I put in here as a screw, it's going to probably come out the other side. Won't be a real big issue until you decide to walk past it, and that's when it'll snag you. Oh, yeah, I think the main thing I'll do is, if I take that plastic and attach it to the top of that 2x4 seal, bottom of the window, I think that's probably going to be the good idea. Yeah, I might have to steal some of my fender washers to do that, which won't be the end of the world. This right here is going to be a stationary wall here on this part of it. So the door will come to about here. So this is going to be stationary over here. So, yeah. Alright, so, yeah, that's probably a good idea. And then, I got the same issue over here. I need to trim out on the bottom and the top of the rafters. Between the wall and the rafters. This here is a relatively straight line. Relatively straight line, so I might be able to come on from the inside. Let's look at that. Yeah. See, yeah, that'll be able to put a piece of board right there. Right all the way up against that roof. Yeah. But the coronation's in the roof panel. I don't know how determined the animals are going to want to be to try to get in. Oh. Here, I want to leave this open for ventilation all the way across here. So, I'm not exactly sure how to do that. I don't have hardware cloth would work, but it's not rigid. The hardware cloth ain't rigid. And there's a gap up there, so I ain't exactly sure what to do with that. But this wall here is going to be relatively easy. It's take a piece of this, ornate this stuff here, take a piece of this and just run it and screw it to it. So that side's easy. This side, not so much. I'll have to do something on the outside. I'll have to run maybe a piece of 2x or something across there on the outside. I think that might work. Yeah, probably gonna be the best way to do that. And then, like I said, I want to put a fan in this side over here. And then this is gonna be the future nesting boxes over here. I got a little gap there. I'll have to do something up there, which again I'll probably do a 2x or something. I don't know. So, yeah, I got some challenges. But the main thing I want to do is get this here finished. I want to be able to get this closed in. If I can get those 2 pieces of plastic up there, or whatever I need, if I get those plastic up there, then I'm closing this wall with a piece of sheet metal. That's going to be this wall closed in, that wall finished. Those 2 walls basically be finished except for the top. And then I've got to do this end. Oh, that old door has potential as a partial wall. Yeah. I could put the door in it right here for going in and out for the chickens. Yeah. Yeah. That has potential for going a long ways to getting something done there. That leaves me about a 1 foot gap. Okay. I do believe that's wide enough. Let's see something here. Let me pause this a second. Yeah. I could frame in the door, the fan in the top of this door. This is a hollow core door. This is a mobile home door. There ain't nothing to it. I don't even know how much wood there actually is in that thing. It's most of this paper stuff. But I could frame in the door, the fan into this door. That'll make it easier to put the fan in. Yeah. Use what you got. That's what I'll do. Alright, so this is going to be the box for the fan. And, well, let's sit it upside down. No, just don't. It's going to sit, well, get it to work for me here. It's going to be in the wall. Something like that. And the fan's going to be sitting down, facing down. And hopefully it'll keep the water out. I've got to put a roof on it now. And I think I've got a piece of metal that'll work. So let me go ahead and work on that. I'm saving you all the dramatic fussing that I make when I can't get something to work. I'm just building it. Okay. Did it work out exactly as I planned? No, never does. But did I get close to what I wanted? Yes, I did. So, this is going to be the wall. I have to trip over something. This is going to be the wall. The fan is going to be facing down. This is going to be screened over. I'm going to have to put something here across this because invariably I'm going to measure stuff wrong. I'm always going to take something I don't take into account. And, well, what do you know? I got a box fan with rounded corners, and what did I not take into account? The rounded corners. So the fan don't fit in the frame the way I want it to. Well, I wanted it to sit down between these blocks. Why? Well, that would have been better. But for some reason, I just can't measure. Oh well. I'm far enough along in the process now that I'm just going to live with it. Now what I got to do is I'm going to put a metal roof on it, and I'm going to screen it. But because of this angle that I made out of this box right here, this angle, I never even thought about. And so now it sits inside the frame. So what I do is I got to get a piece of metal right here so that if there is any rain, it won't get inside the door. Or in this case, the wall, which that's what this is going to be now, a wall. So, onward march. Well, it's predator proof, mostly. I got some blocks to put in over there. I'll show you in a minute. The fan's in the hole, and we put a screen on it so the chickens couldn't jump up there on the fan. Well, it turns out the fan's screwed. All it does is hum. The blades don't turn. That doesn't surprise me. Let's don't throw anything away that's broke. I should have tested it before I put it in the hole, though. But I used cable clamps to clamp the cable, and I plugged in the fan to a extension cord, and then I plugged them both in, or I will. I'll plug them both into this strip. I'll put the strip up there somewhere out of the way. And then until I get the power actually to the building, then that's what we'll do. But yeah, the fan's bad. So I'm trying to get it closed in. I won't get these boxes built. I have to get the bigger chickens out of the house. So I'll be making a clip about that here in a minute, I guess. But let me show you what the fan box looks like. So there's the fan box, all up there nice and neat. And like I said, I just threw some sheet metal up there to cover up the wall because I run out of material. She was talking about trying to build this to be a swing out door here, so we may have to change that. She doesn't really like the way that box is built. It may look better once it's painted. I'm hoping. All this has got to get painted. It's a waste of money if we don't paint it. And I don't know how well that's going to work. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, then I'll burn it and get plywood next time instead of cheap stuff. You got to try the cheap stuff first, right?
Man, it sure is dark in here. Let me find a button here. Coop has turkeys and chickens. Got 4 turkeys and the rest are chickens. Not finished. I had slapped something up for a wall because we ran out of material. The fan is dead, so I can't use the fan. I still got all this dangling wire I need to put up. But I put up blocking up between the rafters. And out here I put up hardwood cloth. Out here. So, got the windows in, but they're not square. It's not the windows, it's the frames. The guy that built the building didn't put square window frames in. I don't know who that was. But, same thing over here. This one ain't as bad. And this is not as bad as that one. But I still got to put some blocking in on the outside. And we've got to have some kind of hook for the wall. For the window when we pull it up. So, and then hardwood cloth on the outside, frame that in, make it look kind of reasonable. But they're in here. They're finally out of their little bitty container. They're doing what chickens do. Devouring the food bowl. Peace. Well, it's kind of dark. I don't think I can. It's green torch. Yeah, that didn't help, did it? Yeah, well, anyway. This Brooder project behind me has taken a lot of my energy. It's been a long process. But I have got to a point where the chicks are out of the box that was in. Now I just have to finishing touches. There's still a lot to do to it. Now it's details. I could pull my attention off it for a while, I think. But yeah. I've had a lot of encouragement along the way from different people. And sometimes you just have to, encourage yourself. Because sometimes the people that you think are going to encourage you don't necessarily encourage you. That sudden brightness, that was a notification. Yeah. Oh well. So, I'm done with the Brooder tails, I think. We gotta paint it or do something to it to protect the chipboard. And like I said, details. Now it's on to working in the garden or putting the garden fence up or something.